Well, our next maintenance item, or annual maintenance item, I guess, is we are going to change the fluids on our Onan 8,000 watt QD diesel generator. We used this quite a bit this year. We hadn't upgraded our solar yet, and when we're at our property in Tennessee, we don't have power there. So we were there for 2 or 3 weeks at least, maybe longer, 4 weeks, I don't remember, this fall. And we ran the generator quite often, actually. For we'd run it for a full day while we were doing laundry and doing some other stuff, and then we'd leave it off for a day or so. Then we'd have to run it again because our batteries will keep up for a few days if we're not running the air conditioning, and it was cool enough we didn't run the air conditioning every day. So we ran it quite a bit there. We've run it in Quartzsite quite a bit, so it's gotten its use this year. So it's over right at its 150 hours, so it's due for the oil change. So we're going to get the oil changed. I am going to change the air filter also because we were in such dusty conditions in Arizona and everything. The fuel filter, it can be done every other time, so I'm not going to change it this time. I do have one, and I will carry it along with me. If we ever have some hiccups, I can change it on the road, but it's not due to be changed yet, so we'll let that go. So we're going to drain the oil, change the filters, and go from there. So I did run it for a little while. I turned it on, turned off disconnected from shore power, ran the generator, ran the air conditioners for 10-15 minutes, got it good and warm. So now it's sat here for another 10-15. Hopefully it's cool enough to the touch so I don't burn my hands, and we'll get the oil drained and the filters changed. See underneath. All right, we're underneath. Here's our oil drain. Now that's a 3/8 drain plug on this one. So I'm gonna get the oil pan here. We'll get that oil drain pulled. Watch your fingers, face, and toes and everything. Here we goes. That's good and warm still. I'm going to reach up on top and pull the plug real quick, or pull the cap. I forgot to do that. That's better. Let it flow, let it flow. Now up inside this little door, squeeze these two things, you can pull this door down. I'm going to move my thing out of the way. And then I'll move you guys around to the other side so you can see it. If we look up inside here, you can see we've got a fuel filter right here. And then up above there is our oil filter. So I'm going to go ahead and, I don't know that I can prop the camera up here to show you that. Be getting it out, but I have a filter wrench here, and I'm going to reach up there and pull the oil filter out. Okay, there's a little trough underneath that oil filter. So once you pull it loose a little bit, it'll start draining and it'll run down. And try not to get on most anything. It looks like most everything's getting in the pan even. Not making a mess in our driveway. That's a good thing. And there it is. I'm going to drop that in the pan here, set it there so I don't splash it. I'm gonna reach up in here and clean off the surface, make sure that the gasket came off with the filter. And there's nothing up there for it to go. And now I'll get the new filter. We're not gonna pre-fill this filter because this one goes into the side. Let me see if I can get you up there where you can see it again. So we're upside down and backwards in here. You can kind of see that's where the filter goes. There's the threads of it right here. I'm just gonna hold still, see if I can put an arrow up there. So that's where the filter will go. Let me go grab the new one and we'll put it in there. Here's our new filter. Get the sun right, so you can read the numbers on it. This one's actually is the Cummins Onan filter. I'm gonna put a little oil on the O-ring on the top and then crawl back under there, we'll install it. And I'll reach back up in here and clean this oil off one last time. Make sure everything looks good and not too dirty. We'll try to get this filter up in here. All right, and again, we wipe it down. Hand tight is enough. We don't need to get too carried away. That seal's pretty good. We don't need to put a big old wrench on there and crank on it. Get it in there tight with your hand. You'll be good. Okay, now I'm gonna put this, clean off my drain plug, put my drain plug back in. Get that nice and snug. It's pipe threads. We don't want to overdo it, but we don't want it to leak. We got that. We can get our drain plug and try and pan out of the way. I'm gonna see if I can get my hand up on that filter a little better. Make sure it's as tight as I want it. All right, we got that tight. Wipe off any excess oils and contaminants so we'll know if it's leaking. Clean up my area up there. I'm gonna leave this door open because I'm gonna check it for leaks, but I'll make sure that I get it locked before I lower the rig down or do anything with the jacks. Now, if we move you all the way to this far side over here, if we look up right here, you'll see there's a screw. There's a wing nut. That's where our air filter is. So where this wing nut is, this is our air filter on this side. There's the wing nuts off. We should be able to pull this plastic cover off. We got a second wing nut. And air cover and the air filter. And really, that air filter looks really good. Probably don't need to change it, but since I'm here, I already purchased it. I'm gonna go ahead and change it. But yeah, it probably could have gone at least two services, like it says. But like I said, because we're in quartzite, I figured I'd check it. In case you're hearing those warning alarms behind us, it's noon on Saturday, and on noon on Saturday, they let off warning alarms. So here's our new air filter. Set it up in place. Another plate. Let's try it this way. I'll make that seats in there good. Got our wing nut. Good and tight. And we'll put our cover back over the top of it. And you just got to wiggle it around. It'll pop into place where it belongs. Kind of laying here funny at this angle, so there we go, just like that. And another wing nut. All right, we'll go up on top and fill it up with fluid. All right, well, this is supposed to take 3 quarts of oil. I'm using 1540 oil, and the oil fill is right here. This is your coolant level, so you can check that also. Here's your circuit breakers, your start switch, and we got, what, 975 hours on this one. So we'll pull our dipstick out here. I'm not sure if I can get away with doing this without a funnel or not, so we'll see what we can do. Now the first time I did this, I made the mistake of having a gallon jug, and I'll tell you what, that was a real mess trying to get oil in here with a gallon jug. There's one. There's 2. And there I dripped some. Hey, I did really good until the last second because I had the bottle the wrong way. Let's try that again. Put it up that way, then spin slowly. And there's 3. Minus a little bit I spilled because I had the bottle the wrong way. Leave it to the last bottle to spill some, right? Okay. Now check the dipstick. And it's right at, maybe you're right at the full mark. We'll fire it up, check for leaks. Finish cleaning up my mess here. Got it all the way down. All right. There she goes. She's running. Now I'll crawl underneath here. Look up there. See any leaks on my oil filter, my drain plug. I got that panel closed and locked. We'll drag my pan out from underneath here and I'll double check for leaks again and recheck the fluid level. All right, we let this settle. We're gonna check our oil level one last time here. Nice and clean, it's hard to see. Ooh, right there, right at the full mark, but let's dip it and check it just to make sure. Yeah, I don't know if you can tell, but it's right there. It's right there, right on the full mark. So clean, it's hard to tell. We are good. 3 quarts. 3 quarts, just right. Okay. Get that locked back in there. Our coolant level's good. I don't know if you can see that. I looked in there with the flashlight, but there's coolant in there. We should be good there. And yeah, we're ready to rock and roll. Oil changed, filters changed, and we're ready to move on. So like, comment, subscribe, do all those things. Check out a couple of these other videos, and thanks again for watching. Bye-bye.